Alright, this is for Marku11 who had concerns about the red straws, them being straws and being in the direction I wanted to go, I guess is what he's thinking. Maybe he thought I had a guideline or something, or that they just direct it, so I can't get rid of them because they hold up the balloon. The balloon gets too heavy and it just falls in front and it stops the car and rolls over itself and all kinds of stuff. But I sealed them off and I splayed them out a little bit, which holds the balloon better. Sealed off front and back. So, I mean, if you're still concerned that the straws are the thing that gives it thrust, I don't know what you're worried about, but the point of the thing is that throwing out air one way makes a force the other way. If you think that the straws would make the car just magically go when there shouldn't be thrust, and for some reason you think the vacuum stops the thrust, I don't know how that works out, but that's the best I could do. Otherwise, I replaced them with skewers, which didn't work. They were too skinny and they bent all over. It was hard to keep them there. So they're sealed off. I will hold it from the side. It can't be right on the straw, and I'll show you right when I start. If I put it right on the straw, like halfway up or whatever, it's going to pull the straw. So if you think that's the test that shows that it doesn't have thrust, which it'll still move forward, it'll just be like woo. But so I have to put it back here because otherwise it's sucking on the straw. And I'll do the first thing to start is show you that it'll spin the car around. So obviously that won't be the test of whether the thrust gets taken away by a vacuum because it can't go straight back, which I'm not sure anyway. For the perpendicular one, I'll use this. For the straight one, you want 5 centimeters back, even though that seems better, but whatever. I'll reuse the same tube. Actually, I can do both if you want, but I didn't want you to freak out that I switched the tube because now I'm doing the straight back one. I'll do it with both, I guess. There's nothing in there, it's a straight tube. Alright, here we go. I'll show you it works. And I'll show you I'll show you the sideways. No, I'll show you it works first. Alright, hopefully I'm in the camera when I start. Alright, I'm assuming you can see that. I'll turn the vacuum on, and to start, I'll show you that I can't put it right on it because it'll pull it sideways. Obviously that's not going to be a good judge of whether the car can move or not. So it's going to have to be here. Right in there. Works. Alright, I'll do the straight one now, 5 centimeters back, so I'll do it with this and then I'll add on the long one so you're not saying I'm doing something different than before. Right in there? No. Alright, so I don't know. If you really don't get how this works, I mean, come on. This is crazy. You really think that it's not a thing that if you throw mass away from something, that it has to go the other way? I mean, you must know that if you go out and you throw something really heavy, that it pushes you backwards. You have to push your foot back, or someone has to hold you there. But And it doesn't have to do with the size of it. It's not about pushing on air, because if you go outside and you throw a giant beach ball, you're not going to move backward much. You go outside and you throw a big heavy medicine ball, you're going to move backwards, especially if you keep your feet next to each other, because you don't realize it, but your natural thing is to put a foot back just because of this principle. That when you throw mass away from an object, the only thing that the object can do is get a force the opposite direction. There's no other way. You're pushing a mass. The push has to push against something. It pushes against your own hand or gun or whatever.